Today we go back in the Wayback Machine to 1995 to Arlington, Texas, to the ballpark in Arlington. Cost was $5 for a 45-minute tour. I've condensed that 45 minutes into 15 minutes for this video. This was 2 days prior to opening day. Let's join the tour.
All right, we're going to welcome you onto the ballpark in Arlington. First thing I'm going to do is give you the opportunity to go to the bathroom, because for the next 45 minutes, you're not really going to see a restroom. Here's the men's, here's the women's. Like I said, you got 45 minutes. Everybody? You sure? Okay. So always one person that thinks about it for about 2 minutes. Yeah, I better go. All right, like I said, this is called the ballpark in Arlington. It's called that because the only things we played here is baseball. There's going to be no football games, there's going to be no concerts, no truck and tractor pulls, nothing like that. This park was designed specifically to have professional baseball played here. You can look around you, you're not going to see a lot of concrete, you're not going to see a lot of flashing lights, computers, or anything like that. Everything that you see when you walk around this stadium and when you sit in the stadium is old-fashioned. It's reflecting back to the 20s and the 30s, sort of the golden era of baseball. That's why we don't have concrete slabs, we've got the open walkways. Now, the guy that designed this place is a guy by the name of David Schwartz. He's out of Washington, D.C. It took us 23 months to build it, $189.4 million, and that was the cost at opening day. So it's gone up from there a little bit more. What you see below ground when we get down there, I'll point some things out to you, is all state of the art. This is one of the, I think, Coors Field has just been built for this season in Colorado. It's going to be a step above this one as far as technology is concerned, but this is right next to it. I mean, it's a state-of-the-art place, and you'll see that when we get downstairs. Everything up here is old-fashioned, reflecting. Everything downstairs is 21st century technology, so it's an amazing stadium. It does seat 49,292. That was our capacity at opening day. Yes, last year. Now this year they went back in. They overestimated how many wheelchair persons would be coming. We've got several places, and you'll see gaps in the seats where people can come up, have their wheelchair, and then have companions next to them. We overestimated, so we went back in and put some more chairs in. So it's probably up to around 49,350 now, somewhere in that area. If you look around, you see our concession stands. We've got 52 concession stands located throughout the stadium. They either have a baseball name or a Texas type theme to them. You can see RB Ice Cream, Bambino's Pizza, Side Jokers, just around the corner. Also on each one of them, we have the television, so it's a closed circuit. You can stand in line while you're waiting to get whatever you're getting and watch the game the whole time, so it's very convenient. Also, we have 1,200 speakers located throughout the stadium. We even have them in the restrooms, so you can do your business and listen to the game so you don't miss anything. And one thing that's sort of very much a 90s thing about the stadium is 2/3 of our restrooms here are for women and 1/3 are for men. So if you've ever been to a sporting event and seen the line forming around the women's, the guys are just running in and out. And actually you can see we've got a lone women's restroom just down there. And also we have diaper changing stations in both the men's and the women's. So if dad needs to go change the diaper, dad can do it himself. So that's good. My name is Joseph. If you have any questions, if you want to take any pictures, this is your $5, so we want to give you every opportunity to take any picture you want to. Just say, hang on for a second, I want to take a picture of this, or let's post your picture. If you need me to, I'll be glad to take a picture for you. We're here to give y'all a good tour and tell you as much as we can about the stadium. Now where we're going to go up to the owner's suite, we're going to go up to the press box, and we're going to go down into the clubhouse, the batting cages, and into the dugout, and finally onto the warning track of the field. We're not allowed to go onto the field. As we walk down here, we're fixing to go up on this level. These are our luxury suites, and on each one of them you can see we've got a picture of a Hall of Fame member. And we're going to go up and take a look at one of those in just a second, but you can see the different names up here. Alright, this is our lower suite level. These are what we term as our luxury suites. If you've ever seen a game on TV or something, you see the owner sitting behind the glass back in a comfortable looking room. That's what these are. Most of these are going to be split down the middle. There'll be two different suites. You can see Kimberly Clark has one of these, and I think Occidental, something over there. what they do, they'll lease these out for a period of time. The minimum lease is 5 years, and the minimum cost is $30,000. You have to sign a 5-year lease with that, so $150,000. They go up to $200,000 per year for these suites. So if you've got that just laying around, we'll hook you up later on, because they're only about 85% leased. So, like I said, this is a picture. This is a commissioned artwork, and if you go to Cooperstown, New York, and go to the Hall of Fame there, this is a replica of the picture that you'll see that hangs in Joe DiMaggio's section. And so we won't get to go around all these, but you got Carl Feller's just around the corner there, and each one of these is an exact replica of that picture that hangs in Cooperstown. So just our little tribute to each of these. Now they're all Hall of Famers except for one. We took a chance thinking Nolan Ryan might get in the Hall of Fame. So we're crossing our fingers. And you can see up here, like I said, these are actual baseballs, 94 baseballs.
Wow.
Look at that.
These are pretty good seats. This is sort of like a double suite. Like I said, a lot of them will be cut down the middle, so you'll have the one section of the seat. Now, if you look behind the advertisements out there on top of the offices, you can see some screens. Those are put out there because just before opening day, they came out here and they saw that the fly balls were getting knocked down by the wind that comes out of the south around here. So they went up there and they put those screens up there, and it's blocked a lot of the wind. It's caused this park to be more of a home run park and more of a hitter's park. And when you got Gonzalez and Clark and Palmer, and you used to have Canseco, when you've got these guys, you want the ball to get out of the stadium. So that's why they did that out there. All right, this is our tunnel area. Like I said, this is a working tunnel. During a game, you'll never see one of these carts or any of the maintenance carts, concession carts, or anything driving around up on the area where the fans would walk. Everything takes place down here. They can drive all the way around the stadium in here, and they can go up from different stairways and elevators and all that stuff. So nothing is going to go on up top. Everything takes place down here.
Excellent. Alright, this is the Rangers batting cage area. I've got 2 cages in here because they do a lot of their workout time in here. They do all of their pregame batting practice in here as well. They may go outside and take a couple of cuts just before the game, but a majority of their pregame batting practice is taken here because July and August it gets a little warm in here, so they don't want to be out there on the field wear themselves out. Here's our fastball machine. You can see the machine back there. It goes up to about 100 miles an hour. It throws, they usually set it 85 to 90 depending on who's pitching against them that day. You got somebody like y'all are getting a treat. This is the first time I've seen the names up, but I'm trying to look around and see who everybody is. Alright, this is their locker room area. They spend a great deal of time in here. For an evening game, they usually get in here about 1:30, and a 7 o'clock game, they won't get out of here until about 11:30. So you're looking at about 10 hours a day. They're going to be in this area or on the field, one or the other. So it's very comfortable for them. That's why they want it to be. Back in this area over here, we've got all the managers' offices. That's the way back into the training area, the weight room, all that stuff. We've got the showers over in this corner. In this corner, we've got a cafeteria area. There's a cook or a chef that's on duty for them specifically. They usually cook a small pregame meal and then have a larger meal for after the game. And the Rangers can sort of have a representative pick, well, we want pizza tonight or we want Mexican tonight, and that's what they'll cook. So everything is provided for them in that. You can see they got the televisions up here, you got a stereo, got a whole chest of movies over there. They can throw in a movie as they would like and just watch that. And you can look around and see your favorite player, where he's located. It's just an attempt to get them away from the use of tobacco. That's what most of that is. There's a lot of down over there, Pappy, and he said, well, what have you guys been doing with this area just behind the dugout? Because all it has a lot of construction material in here, just sort of the building refuse was all in here. And they said, well, we're just going to clean it up, use it as a storage room because we really don't have anything else to do with it. And he said, well, what if you give us an area where you can warm up before you go into a game, or if you're going into a game late, then you can come in here and run up and down the zip line. You can stretch out in here. You can take some cuts. They have a little T-ball tee in here, and they can just put in there and take a few cuts into the net. And I said, hey, sounds like a good idea. So this is the only one there is in Major League Baseball, and of course there's not one over there for the visitors. But we have one of these. It's the only one in the major leagues. It's a very good idea because that incline's pretty steep, and it'll definitely get you warmed up. If you guys want to give it a run, you give it a run. Go ahead. Well, be careful coming down. It's steep. That kid just rolled down the road. Y'all just come out here and have a seat on the bench.
I've got one other thing I want to show you before we leave.
Batter up. No, I think it's your fault.
I'm going to tell you a little bit about
Our
our turf here. Alright, first of all, if you ever watch a game on television or see a game in person, you'll see the Rangers sitting on this little ledge just behind you. The reason is, we have a little air conditioning back here. They can sit back there and stay calm around July and August. For some reason, they put a heater in here. One of those crazy August days, I don't know. But the heaters are located below you. Now, the last bit of home cooking we have around here, if you look just above you, we've got little hooks for their hats.
Yep.
If you look over there, there's no hooks. Put those hats right on. Actually, most players just throw their stuff here, and as they run out, they grab it on the way. You'll see on each end of the dugout, we have camera wells. You can have the big TV camera can swing around, and you can also have the guys with big, huge lenses can sit there and get good shots from down in that area. Our turf is Bermuda Tipway 419, and it's overseeded with rye to give it a nice green look to it. Now this is a state-of-the-art surface because the turf is laid on top of a layer of sand, which is laid on top of a layer of pea gravel. And throughout the pea gravel we have laying pipes, about every 15 feet, with holes in it that will drain it out. And this field will drain 9 inches of water per hour. So if you put 9 inches of water out there in the field, came back in an hour, it would look like it never even rained. So it's an amazing surface. Key area, if we have important people coming in, I don't know if you noticed coming down the dugout or the tunnel into the dugout, there's a little sign on there that said VIP entrance or something like that. I forget what it says now. They've got a little sitting area just back there, and then they can come out these steps, get in their seats. That way they don't have to mess with all the crowds and everything. President Bush sat in seat 7. Yeah, they submarked it. Sat in seat 7 on Mother's Day of last year, and he just snuck right out. People 10 rows away didn't even know he was there until they announced him. So it's a benefit for them, just so they don't have to try and make their way through the crowds and everything. Right. Now, if you'll look, now the closest seat that's unprotected is 58 feet from home plate. If you know baseball, you know the pitcher is 60 feet away from home plate. So if you're watching, you better keep your eyes open, or you're going to catch one right in the teeth. So.
And before we leave, we're able to look at the field one more time here. Have the sprinklers going. There's the dugout we just visit. And we'll look at the owner's booth and the press box behind the home plate there. And like any good tour, they had us exit through the gift shop, try to get some more money out of our pocket. Hey, if you like this video, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and we'll catch you on the next one.